What it do, baby? Welcome to Vegeta Saint Army. Thank you guys for liking, watching, and subscribing. We want to play Yellow Majin Vegeta. It comes out March 17th. So it comes out in a couple of days. So I have two versions. Like, what version are you thinking of? Because I have two lists that I'm going to show you that I've been... And these are like initial, right? So they're not going to be exactly what I play. So tell me what you guys think. Let's just... Well, we've never talked about this leader. Obviously, Vegeta's my favorite character. Majin Vegeta's the shit. I got so used to playing Yellow. This is like a perfect leader for me, for like a lot of reasons. So let's go into the... We've never talked about him. So let's just go into this fucking guy. When he attacks, he draws. Perfect. So you can awaken... Okay, so let's really dive into this. You can awaken when your life is at 4 or less, or you have 2 or more energy, and a Yellow Sun Goku card when our energy costs 2 or more in play. And what it does is you draw a card, you untap an energy, and you go down to 5, right? That's cool. So that's fine. That's like a decent, like, front side. And I'm always wondering, you know what's funny? Everyone's talking about how, like, the ban list is coming out tomorrow. Like, I wonder where Trunks is going to be compared to this leader. Like, obviously Trunks Vegeta's better, but, like, I think there's advantages to this guy. I think, and I'm talk about it. When he attacks, he draws a card. Activate main or battle. This is important. Switch one of your destined battle Gokus or your rambunctious Trunkses to rest mode, and then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons and switch them to rest mode. This is pretty good that he has like a built-in power of a Super Saiyan. Now, these battle cards that he has to rest don't have barrier. So it's gonna be weird. And an activate battle, these are both once per turn. But you know what? That activate battle once per turn is really good. The first one, because you can do it on your opponent's turn. I mean, you can be resting their whole board. I mean, but so many things have removal. I don't think... I'm just wondering how good these are going to be. Add up to one card from your life. Add one card from your life to your hand, and you can bean the card for the turn. So he gets a 5k pump for the turn. That's good. Like, when you stack it, like, defensively, that's great, though. You take a life, make him 20, so you give him a 5k pump, and then you awaken, and you go to 25 for the turn. That's pretty good. And so there's... Okay, so a couple things off the bat, right? Obviously, Trunks is better, like Trunks Vegeta. So a couple of things I like about this leader. I like that it's a Freezy Awaken. You know what I mean? I always talk about how unfair it is that Sin has a Freezy Awaken that costs 1 Z energy, or 1 Z combo. It costs 7, but the Dragon Balls cost as a Z energy, so it's stupid. So it costs 1 real, you know, like, Z combo, and, like, it's free. No mana energy you have to tap. And I'm like, how can Sin be so busted? And it's free to Z Awaken, but, like, other leaders cost 1 energy, and they're, like, not even good. Like, why does Pycon cost 1? Like, fuck you, you know what I mean? So it doesn't make me want to play Pycon. It makes me just want to play Sin Shenron. And when I look at Majin, I'm like, oh, thank God he doesn't cost 1. It's such a mental thing for me. I'm so economically brain dead that I have to, like, pick the cheapest thing in this game. And this is me personally. And I love that he's a free Z Awaken. I love that I don't have to tap an energy. It's going to come in handy when, like I told you guys, you take a life, you go to 20, and then you Z Awaken, you keep the pump, you go to 25 for the turn. It's really good. You Z Awaken when you have 3 life or less, and you take out 2 Z combos, right? So when you do that, you Z stack. Now, I'm liking the Z stack. It's making you build your decks a little weird, but, like, I'm playing Cumber as well, and the Z stack in Cumber is so cool. You grab a yellow card with energy cost of 3 or less, and then you put this card into play on top of your leader, and then you place one of the specified cards from your Z deck under this card. You guys know that. And then we're going to look at the cards you Z stack, which they're pretty good. Activate main once per turn. This is his effect. You switch one of your Son Goku or Trunks youth cards to rest mode. So this is cool because it can be like any Goku or Trunks card. and then you draw a card and choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. But it's not battle, right? Now, start brainstorming with me. What's a good, just like a yellow Goku or a yellow Trunks with barrier? Because if that's how he's doing it, I mean, fuck it. The problem is, like, you need to have that in order to like draw. So, you know, there's give and go here. And then activate battle. You add cards from your life to your hand until you have 1 life left, and then this card gets 15 power and double strike for the battle. And then you choose all battle cards, ignoring barrier, and KO them, including yours. But like, a lot of your cards aren't going to be able to get KO'd by your effects, by the way we look at it. This is really good because it means that you have a leader that you just can't shotgun on. Like, you can never shotgun on. You're going to have to chip away at this leader. And it's I mean, it's not impossible, but it's hard when you're a 20k leader and yellow's really defensive, right? I think it has a couple of things that are better than Trunks, but then a couple of things that are clearly not better than Trunks Vegeta, right? And we're going to have to find his strength there somewhere. And I think there's a lot of things here that are really good. Help me out here, guys. Go to the comments section. Let me know what's like a free, barrier Goku that likes being rested, or like a barrier Trunks youth that likes being rested. Can we play the Trunks Vegeta one? I forget. So let's just look at this real quick, and then we'll go to my 2 deck lists. You guys can skip ahead, obviously, as well. But so like, this is one of the Z stacks, right? So when you awaken, you can put this one under, right? When putting this card into play, on top of your leader from your Z deck, place up to one of the specified cards from your Z deck under this card. Yeah. So when this card attacks, choose up to one of your Prince of Destruction Vegetas destined in battle, switch it to active mode, and choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, KO it, and this card gets, so it's a 25k for 1 energy. It's pretty fucking good. If your leader card is a Yellow Vegeta card, or you have a Yellow Vegeta card in play this card from under your leader. It's pretty good. And it's only 1. I like the cheapness of him. Not just 1 energy, but it's also 1 Z energy. And so these guys, right? This is the one you're going to play to awaken. If it's your turn, when you use a leader skill to switch this card to rest mode, you draw a card. So you're going to be drawing 2. It's like how Trunks Vegeta does it. You draw 1 of leader, you draw 1 of Goku, but it's not the same because 1 does have barrier, and then like 2, that leader still swings and draws an extra card. So it's like insane how much better Trunks Vegeta is at drawing more and like protecting the things that make him draw. So it's like, it's hard to even compare them, right? But again, there's other things that we can look at. If you have a Yellow Vegeta card in play, or in your Z energy, at the start of your opponent's main phase, switch this card to active mode and it gains blocker for the turn. That's cool. I mean, obviously, so you can rest it, right? If your leader is a Son Goku or Vegeta card, both yellow, you have 2 or more energy, play this card from your hand. So we're going to run, obviously, 4 of these. This is a card that comes in a starter deck. I don't think this... Oh, it is a starter deck card, yeah. Servant. How the fuck are we bottom decking this card, by the way? This is just a 1-drop 25k double striker. When this card attacks, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less, and rest mode and KO it. Additionally, if you have a yellow Goku card in play in your Z energy, and have 3 or more energy, this gets double strike for the turn. If your leader card is this card, and you have 2 or more energy, you draw 1 and play this card from hand. So this is a 1-drop cantrip that's 25k double on turn 2. Dude, turn 2 you can do a lot with this deck, bro. Like, you play that card, and you play this card, and then you awaken. I mean, you can swing with it, I get. Like, you have a lot of options on turn 2. Turn 2 is kind of nasty. And then let me see here. There's this, if your leader card is Yellow Vegeta card, when you add one of your yellow cards to your Z energy, when it's, play this card from your hand. If you have 3 or more energy, and you have a Yellow Vegeta card, you know what? When do you do that? Oh, anytime. That's sick. When your leader card is Yellow Vegeta, when you add up to one of your yellow cards to your Z energy, I think you can do this turn 1. Am I crazy? Oh, I'm kidding. If you have 3 or more energy, and you have a Yellow Vegeta card in play, or in your Z energy, when this card attacks, it gets 5k and double. When you use your leader skill to switch this card to rest mode, until the start of your next turn, this card can't be KO'd by your leader skills. Yeah, so this is one of the cards that survives the nuking, right? But it's a one drop 20k double strike. That's another thing this deck has that Trunks doesn't. Is like the aggression is a lot, like way more nuts, right? Than what Trunks can do. The last one we're gonna look at before just going into the list is this dual attack Majin. This is another one that here. If your leader card is this leader, and you have a Goku in play, you can play this card from under a leader or battle card. So this is one of the cards that you're gonna be pulling out. When this card is played, it can be removed from your battle area by skills until the end of your opponent's next turn. Not by your opponent's skills. So it can survive your leader nuke. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or switch to rest mode. Activate battle once per turn. I mean, this is good. And that's a one-drop dual attacker. It's a lot of really cheap attackers. I'm not going to say it reminds me of Storm, but it reminds me of Storm. Okay, so the two decks that I'm thinking about. Let's just go to the first one real quick. Like a hyper aggro. I was talking to my friends. I have friends at locals, and I'm telling them, like, what's the play? Like, do I go kind of aggro? Do I go more control? So I'm going to show you guys the aggro, and this is just like my knee-jerk reaction list. There's probably something wrong here. You know what I mean? This is probably some fucked up, probably. So the whole point of this list, I guess, is to, like, play Pan really early, Z charge her, bring her out because she's a 10k dual attacker, and literally use this card just as a one drop 15k and swing 3 times for 2. You can do that. Turn 1, go into Scions. My friends always make fun of me, like, every time a new deck comes out that I like, I have to try it with Scions. Like, just turn 1 Scions and swing 3 times. Because you're swinging turn 2 and turn 3, you're swinging with a lot of, like, 20k double strikers. And that doesn't mean much if your opponent's at 6 life, right? But if you can, like, swing, 4 times turn 1, when that happens, it makes this attack way more impactful. It makes this attack way more impactful. It's something that my buddy Nasif was telling me, that it's like, being aggro doesn't just mean turn your cards sideways all the time. You gotta, like, pressure your opponent at one point. You gotta do something a little different. And, like, cards like Majin, Vegeta, you gotta take those cards that you're giving them, you gotta take them out of their hand as well at some point. And by attacking more, but attacking a lot early on can be like, and a lot of you guys are worried about 21. And another thing that we were talking about, Alex, Chris, Ross, and Nasif, we were talking about what can beat 21, because 21 seems like the meta deck, this set, right? We're talking about that. And hard aggro. I'm not saying this does it. I'm just saying in general, right? So we have the Scions. That's just something. Let me know what you guys think about what I'm building here. This card can go or stay, but I really like it because of the synergy it has as far as the Z battle cards that are coming out this set. You can combo her, and then you use her to bring out this one-drop Frieza, and then she gets played. And then when she attacks, she combos battle cards from a drop, and she's a dual attack 15k turn 2, I'm guessing, while you're playing this guy. And I really like that. Scions obviously turn 1, and then doing all that shit and then backing it up with, like, Majin Vegeta on turn 2. This is really good. This is a card that we're going to be running in this deck at 4 of. If your leader is this leader and your opponent has 2 or more energy, play this card from your hand. Your opponent having to have 2 energy sucks instead of you having 2. Because, like, if you're going first, it just, like, punishes you, obviously. But, I mean, whatever. If you're going first, you're good. Okay, so one thing. Oh, also, we got to play this card. I only have it at 1 right now, but this card's so dumb. I mean, it's literally... It's a 1-drop 30k double striker. It has something else, though. Let me see. If your leader card is yellow and you have 4 more energy, play this card from your hand for 1. When you use one of your yellow Majin boots... Okay, yeah. So it's a deflect 1-drop 30k double striker in this deck. I'll take that. You know what I mean? And also, let me know what you guys think. So we can play Piccolo Super Combo, SCR. Or we can try UR number 1. But here's the thing about UR number 1. UR number 1 makes it so that, like, this deck has an an absolute killing machine move. So it's like one thing that the game used to have is like it used to have Hydra Mastery. It used to have, Victory Strike. It used to have Gogeta 7, which are cards that, like, when you play this, you lose. You know what I mean? And this game has gotten away from that a little bit, which is good, because that's really toxic to do that. And so when you play this card, when it's an extra card, you're not playing it, but you're activating it, you tap an opponent's energy. You know what I mean? And then when this guy comes out, he's tapping, like, 3 more energy, I think? Am I bugging? I think you tap like 3 or 4 energy total. Because he's going to swing, he's going to get dual attack, and then he's standing up another time. Do you know what I mean? And your autos, like, you're tapping their blockers before they're even able to block. So it's like, and he's a 40k, triple striker? So this is one of those things that, like, you will end someone's life. So what I think is a good strategy is to be really aggro early on, so that when this comes down, it's like checkmate, right? This card's really good. We all know, like, this Vegito card is a fucking problem. If you're at your Z Awaken part, you don't take, like, strike damage, which is insane. It's a blocker when played, it's a counterplay, and when it's played, it has, like, a Frieza riposte, basically. So that's one version, right? Let me know what you guys think about that. This is one version of the deck. And, running 2 coolers seems obvious in a deck that can go 35k double strike off the leader. So that's funny. Alright, let me know what you guys think about that. Let's go to the more control version. I was talking to Nassif, and we were thinking, like, this is the one that makes more sense, probably. We were wondering, what if, instead of being really aggro, we're thinking to ourselves, the deck is already naturally aggro. The Trunks 1-drop, the Majin Vegeta 1-drop, the leader itself, it's already inherently pretty aggressive. So what if we don't add Scions? What if we don't add Pan? What if we don't add things to make it more aggro? What if you instead balance it and make it control? So make the aggression really cheap and free, and then have the rest of your energy and time being spent on defending yourself. You know what I mean? So, for example, running Vegito, running Riposte, running Sin Shenron. Like, this card is so... By the way, guys, out of all the cards coming out, this is one of my favorite new cards. It's so stupid. It's, so you counter... It draws one. It's Deflect and Barrier, which, why not, right? Thankfully, it has Unique. It has Blocker. Why not? So if you have 7 or more cards in your energy, Z energy, battle area, and drop area, this is a 2-drop. So this is live, like, turn 2. Like, what? Because it's like, it's so easy to get 7 cards in the... I don't know, turn 3, whatever. But once it's on play, when your opponent plays a battle card, you can choose that card and just cold bloodlust it, negate its skills, and if you do, switch this guy to active mode. So it's like a once per turn, but it's better than once per turn. It's negate the skills for the turn, so you don't have to use it on the first one. It's so good. Have that, Vegito, these are your cantrips, I'm not going to go into those. You have that, you have Vegito, you have Riposte, keep the extra card package. Do whatever ratio you guys like, depending on the meta. I think Hidden Forbidden Power can go down, or sideboard. Knowing this meta that we're in. I have 4 copies of Vegeta's Final Flash, and they're each a different art, which I'm really proud of. It's so ridiculous to have that, but I like this card. But anyway, whatever. So have a deck that's defensive. You're keeping the Riposte kind of extra card package, and you're using the leader's inherent aggression to make up for that control. That's good enough. I like that. But then we have to, what I have to think? I have to think about, like, what is a good control? No, what is a good, like, barrier Goku that we can play so that the Z leader can have something to rest. You know what I mean? And again, for now, I'm liking the You're Number 1 Goku package, but, like, I love Piccolo too, don't get me wrong. You got me fucked up if you think I don't like, Piccolo like that. Um, so yeah, let me see. Let me. I was gonna talk about this, but not really. I was gonna talk about the Z deck, but Oolong's my favorite Z battle card ever made. What do you guys think? Do you like? These aren't so much deck lists. These are my quick first reactions of like my knee-jerk reaction of like how I'm gonna build this deck. Do you know what I mean? Like this is my initial knee-jerk reaction, right? What do you guys think about my mentality on the aggro one? What do you guys think about my mentality on the defensive one? Do you think we should go balls to the wall and be really aggressive early on so that when we play the secret rare or when we have cooler in hand to go double strike for a game with lead, we can get through? Or do you think we should be like really passive? Not really passive, but like have the extra card repose, make it more defensive, and have the aggressive cards that are in the deck already make up for that. Like the Trunks and the Majin Vegeta. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys next time. I can't wait to get this thing. It comes out in a couple of days for me, so I'll see y'all later. Love y'all. Can't wait to get this deck. How do you guys